Hello everyone, it is Perry the Trojan back here with part 12 of our Parthian campaign with Rome 2 Total War of the Gods Overhaul mod. Obviously this is going to be a voiceover because, didn't record as I said in the last part. We're going to go ahead and start off obviously with the siege defense battle. Like I said in the last episode, guys, I'm not really going to be able to read that much. I am doing this on Adobe Premiere Pro, just doing a voiceover. So I'll try to do, give you guys the best commentary that I can. It is quite a long episode. I believe it's 52 minutes with the intro. So, yeah. So we're going to go ahead and defend Alexandria Aracosia against this full stack of Sagittaria here. Sorry for not uploading another part of, this campaign in a while. I've been focusing on some Rise of Mordor custom battles. It's kind of just been a nice refresher, and just kind of getting away from playing the same thing and uploading the same thing over and over again. So yeah, it looks like, we have some standard, we have a lot of cav units, obviously some horse archer units in our median cav, and it looks like we don't have very many good infantry units, as it looks like. We just, we have our Parthian swordsmen and our Persian hoplites. I don't know, I really enjoyed this campaign, guys, but playing battle after battle after battle after battle, which is like, this is what you're gonna get with this mod, with the increased income and AI just pumping out armies after armies. It doesn't matter how big they are, they don't even have to be that big, and they still just pump out armies. They just have, quite a lot of income coming in, a lot of economic power. So yeah, it's still good. I think after this, I'm gonna do a DEI campaign. I love this mod, don't get me wrong, guys, I really do love it. It's just there's so many battles, and it gets, kind of boring fighting battles after battle after battle after battle after battle. I really do enjoy the campaign part of this mod. You definitely have to micromanage stuff, and the units are amazing. Don't get me wrong on that. I absolutely love the units. So as you can see, obviously we're moving our horse archers over to this side gate as we standard. It's pretty much our standard tactic. We just move our melee cav and our horse archers out to kind of harass them and get them in the flanks. This force does have a huge force of cavalry, which is, I don't know why, the AI does that. So it looks like we're going to be able to hold the walls pretty effectively. We're just going to send our general up there on the walls and try to cause as many casualties as we can. And it looks like we're just going to move our archers out. I'm sorry, I don't really remember what all happened in this episode. It's been, about 5 days since I've looked at these, and even longer since I've recorded them. I may sound sick to you guys. I have contracted COVID. The new Omicron virus really got me. But I'm fine, healthy. I'm a healthy young person. I'm sure I'll be able to, recover just fine. So just bear with my sniffing and my sniffling, and might cough occasionally.
Our general is under attack.
So yeah, we're just gonna move our archers out of the way, and maybe even get some shots off on those cav. They're lining up underneath the walls there, and we're gonna move our horse archers up to try to cause some more casualties here, and try to just whittle down that huge cav force, because our melee cav doesn't match up to theirs, especially since they are, I believe, chevroned up quite a bit. Yeah. So we obviously have spearmen behind the gate, obviously, and we've moved another spearman unit up to kind of help hold the walls. But those Parthian swordsmen should do a pretty good job in holding those walls for us there, especially against those light militia spearmen. We're gonna move our melee cav back, just let our horse archers do their horse archery thing, and skirmish their cav there and try to whittle them down. We are getting some shots off on their general there, which is really good. If we can take him out, obviously the morale of the enemy army is going to go down, and we should be able to take them out pretty easily. And they got into diamond formation, and they're going to chase us down, which is good for us because they are slower, and our archers will be able to easily outmaneuver them. So it looks like we're just going to send our melee cav in, just kind of wipe out those units. They are outnumbered, you know, 1 to 3 and 2 to 1, or 3 to 1 and 2 to 1. Sorry. So should be able to take them out pretty easily. I'm just gonna fire into the backs of those that cav unit there. Parthian swordsmen are getting some decent kills holding those walls there. We got our archers firing. We're gonna go ahead and take them off. We're gonna put them on heavy shot, I believe. Yep. In order to take out those horse archers that are firing on our archers there. I really cannot wait to start facing the Seleucids. It'll be nice to face some different armies. And get those horse archers in melee mode and kind of hit that cavalry unit in the flank and hurry up their breaking. So general's taking some casualties, but it's just he's just mounting up kills up there on the wall against those spearmen. Those spearmen really don't stand a chance. And send some horse archers across to take out those archer units because they are the ones causing all those casualties to our general. Looks like our melee cav took some decent casualties there. So we're going to move them up, move them across. We're going to get our horse archers. We're going to move them across as well. Yeah, our general's starting to take some pretty decent casualties. Those he's starting to break those spearmen pretty easily. Looks like they're going to try to come through our gate as well. I have some cav units moving up and starting to fire down on those gates. We're going to go ahead and start moving our cav across. Looks like they're going to chase us down with those melee cav there, at least attempt to, so we're just going to put them back on skirmish mode there. And our archers are doing a weird thing where they like to move on their own. It's super irritating. Our general's almost at, almost lost half his men. So we need to get another spearman unit up there to, help take out those spearmen because we really don't want to lose our general. That would be absolutely damaging for our morale of our garrison there. It looks like we sacrificed, horse archer unit to really keep their archers and their missile units distracted, which that's a worthy sacrifice to save a general, especially if it's just a low jab cav unit. Our general did his job though and held those walls particularly well, caused quite a bit of casualties. We're gonna go ahead and try to move him out now because we really cannot suffer that blow of losing that morale because we'll just break, and we really can't afford to lose this city because obviously both of our full stacks, our royal Parthian army is south taking the territories of Dragiana. And obviously last episode we started the invasion, which is pretty exciting. It looks like they got 4 units of melee cav coming to try to take out our horse archers there. Hopefully we can whittle them down before we engage with our melee cav. Our general did not successfully pull out, which kind of sucks, but no biggie. Those cav units are actually swamping our Persian hoplites there, so we're going to go ahead and send in our levy spearmen to kind of try to push them back a little bit. Try to hold that gate. We're going to turn our archers off fire at will because they are causing friendly casualties. We're going to go back, and it looks like we got attacked by some melee cav there, so we're going to go ahead and send all 5 of our melee cav units into the fray. We're going to try to get our cav out of there, but they get stuck on the border of the map, so we're going to try to send them through the enemy cav formations. and just try to get them out of there as best we can. We're going to move our horse archers away, try to keep them distracted. Looks like one of our cav units did get stuck there, which is unfortunate. Looks like we're holding the gate pretty effectively. Obviously, our Persian hoplites did take some casualties because, you know, they were absolutely swamped by the enemy cav force. And it looks like that cav unit is getting taken out. It is surrounded on all sides, and it's outnumbered like pretty much 4 to 1, I would say.
The enemy general.
And we killed the enemy general. That is amazing. There goes the enemy morale. They're going to start breaking quite fast. We're going to go ahead and send in our cav troops for another charge. Really just try to break them as best we can. And we only got one horse archer unit really that survived getting stuck on those borders, which is frustrating. So you know what, we're just gonna say F it, and we're just gonna charge them in, especially since, you know, the morale of the enemy army is pretty much shattered due to the death of their general. So we're gonna go ahead and get our melee cav in there. And it looks like everyone ran from the gates. We completely broke that force there. So we went ahead. They didn't even get a charge in on our cav. They pretty much were at a stop. Our cav charged in there full tilt. So easily made pretty quick work of them. We're going to go ahead and charge into this other cav unit and make pretty quick work of them also. There we go. Another successful defense. I believe last time we looked we had like, what, like 30? 40, or I think we do that maybe this episode. I apologize, guys, but yeah, we have like 30 or 40 successful defenses, and that's actual battles played, not auto resolves. So like I said, guys, like there's just a lot of battles in this mod, and we're going to enslave the captives because obviously it gives us a pretty good economic boost there. So we're going to go ahead and besiege Pura here. We went ahead and sent our spy to go look around and see where all their armies are. See if they had any more reinforcement armies. So we just moved in our Shah there with our, you know, obviously probably our best army. With those Greek hoplites and Parthian swordsmen. So we went ahead and continued the siege, and it turns out they did have a full stack there that our spy did not pick up, which is weird, but that is absolutely fine. So we just stayed there, and we were going to start working on, you know, building some siege equipment so it could improve our odds. And we went ahead and finished off this army here, made sure they couldn't raid our lines or behind our lines, behind our frontier or anything like that. So make sure to just kind of take that army completely out of the way. We went ahead and just released the captives because we don't want too many slaves, because if you have too many slaves, you're gonna, you know, face a slave rebellion, which would not be good. Went ahead and just disbanded all those mercenaries and stuff, and just the whole army in general, because free up some upkeep. And we still have that army there at Frauda trying to hold the borders. Made sure our dignitary there had another skill, so we went ahead and gave him another silver tongue skill, get to the next level so we can get some better relations with foreign factions. We went ahead and set this army over because we were building some infantry units to give to this army to kind of just boost up the garrison over here on our border with Parthava over here in the west. Here at Hectopolis, went ahead and disbanded that army because, again, don't want to have any more drains on our upkeep than it's absolutely necessary. We are very fortunate that we do make enough per turn that, you know, we can recruit mercenaries when we need to. And obviously, I did not see that rebellion, so we went ahead and built that army back, which this is exactly what I'm talking about, guys. You know, just the ability to recruit mercenaries and troops very fast, because we do have quite a bit of money in the treasury, and we're making a pretty decent amount per turn. So we just recruited some Sogdian infantry there to be able to take out that rebellion along with the garrison. Went ahead and build royal stables, I believe, in Oria, and we're just going to keep that spy there. And we're going to go ahead and look at our records, and this is where you can see, obviously, how many battles we fought. I thought it was pretty interesting that we do, for only being part 13 and not really expanding too far out of, Parthia's original starting position. Just how many battles we've fought is just ridiculous. And we haven't really suffered that many defeats either, which is awesome. A lot of those defensive battles, I was actually very surprised. When we just had the garrison, I was surprised that we managed to pull that off. So I don't know if that says anything about my skill or anything like that. I mean, I'm going to admit to you guys, I have about 4,000 hours, a little over 4,000 hours played on this game. I absolutely love this game. I started playing it right when it came out. I started playing it a lot more when DEI came out. I'm absolutely a huge fan of DEI, and I'm also a huge fan of this mod. Super big fan. I actually have the honor of Brack MacBorn adding me on Steam because he saw that I was uploading these videos, so that's pretty cool, guys. The co-founder and co-modder of this mod here. Excellent work, man. I believe I looked online, and I think the most hours that someone has logged for this game, the #1 guy that's actually recorded, is like 12,000 hours, which is absolutely mind-boggling, guys. I don't know how he did it. I think I'm rated at top 10. So I mean, that's just for recorded hours. I haven't recorded mine. I don't really know how to do that, but just from looking at the recorded hours, I was I believe 7th or 8th. So we went at the turn and we just continued that siege there at Pura. Made sure we were recruiting some equipment, or building some equipment, sorry. And, just kind of making sure that if we had to auto-resolve it, which we probably will, just made sure the odds were in our favor. And especially since the army left, I believe we did auto-resolve this. But eventually I will get you guys a siege assault where we actually do it manually. Looks like we had a slave revolt. See, that's what I'm talking about, guys. Too many slaves and you're gonna get this. And they ended up trying to attack us there up at Merv. Yep, classic Merv, where we defended it so many times, and where the Scythians chose to invade us all the time. Super happy that the northern border's pacified and we don't really have to deal with that. And I know I say that a lot, but it's just, I really don't like facing horse archers 24/7. So we're gonna have no choice but to fight this. I mean, there's no choice. I believe in this episode we have 3 big battles, which is pretty standard for our episodes here. I am actually enjoying doing a voiceover instead of just always commentating in the game, because I could just have I'm not actively moving troops around and micromanaging everything. I think I give better commentary. So if you guys would like me to just continue doing voiceovers, I'll do that. I mean, it's a little extra work, but I don't mind as long as you guys enjoy the videos better. So looks like, we're going to do our standard setup. We're going to send our Persian hoplites, right there in the front. We're going to move our archers right behind them. And then we're going to go ahead and start using our deployables, which obviously I think save us. Like I was talking earlier about how did we win some of these defensive battles. And honestly, it was the deployables, hoplites and deployables, honestly, and our huge archer superiority is just ridiculous. We can just absolutely mow down the enemy missile troops and horse archer units, and even just their phalangite units, everything. They get mowed down. So I mean, obviously, we just do the same standard setup every time we defend these unfortified towns, because a lot of these are the same maps, which kind of suck. I really wish there was a little bit more map variety, but hey, what can you do? Yep, just setting up our stakes and setting up our barricades and everything like that, like we usually do. And we have no cav units, I believe, on this one, so that kind of sucks. It's gonna kind of be a little stressful. We're not going to have our standard cav units in order to flank out around them and, you know, cause mayhem, take out those missile troops of theirs. So we're just going to place those levy spearmen on the side and back them up with some mob units. We're going to, you know, put 2 hillmen right behind there. We're going to keep our best infantry, our Parthian swordsmen, there in reserve. One is a garrison unit and one is a general unit. So we went and started the battle. So they're going to obviously charge in their Scythian horse archers, which our archers are going to make pretty quick work of. So we're going to move 2 of them over, obviously to counter those other 2 horse archer units that are moving in from the other side. We're just going to take all of our archer units and just have like 2 or 3 archer units firing in on a single unit. And obviously have those 2 target those. And our archers should be able to take pretty quick work of them. Obviously they're getting absolutely mowed down. Literally just blotting out the sun with our archers there. We're going to move a Parthian swordsman over here to kind of help these hillmen, because hillmen are taking quite a bit of casualties from arrows. So I believe my, you know, train of thought there was, hey, move a Parthian swordsman unit over there and let's put them in shield wall. You know, at least that will help block some of the missiles, and they have better armor. So they'll be able to hold that gap a little bit more effectively and not take as many casualties from those arrows. Yep, so we're just going to have our archers keep firing into that group there. Looks like those horse archers over there are getting handled pretty quickly. So we're going to move those Parthian swordsmen into the gap there. Move a hillman over there in reserve. Go ahead and just keep firing in on those missile troops there. Got some foot missile troops moving in. And I believe their general is like invisible, which is super weird. So we're freaking out because I was like, all right, we got to shoot these invisible troops, because like, what if they're super OP and they just end up slaughtering all of my men? So we ended up, you know, taking out that horse archer unit pretty much, and there's another foot archer unit or missile unit over there. So we tried to cause like as many casualties as we could to the general there, and I think we did a pretty good job. As you can see, they are invisible. I was thinking that because the unit card when we got into the battle was like a ship, and I was like, okay, this is weird. I mean, there's still little kinks, couple kinks to work out in this mod. This mod probably definitely needs an update. But I believe they only have like 2 modders working on this mod, guys. So like, no rush. I mean, I feel like that's a lot to do for just 2 people, especially when, you know, they're just standard everyday people like us that have jobs and stuff like that. So, not to be too hard on the team. So we're going to go ahead and just get those Parthian swordsmen to start engaging there.
The men are wavering.
We're going to go ahead and take our archers off fire at will, because they're starting to shoot a little too close to our hoplites. And they've done about all they can do. So we're going to go ahead and... oh yeah, we got to turn those notifications off. Those things get annoying. So we're going to go ahead and get these guys to come out and around. Since we don't have any cav units, we're going to try to get these guys to come out and around, and we're going to try to you know, take them out by ourselves and use them as a flanking unit, just to kind of shatter their morale. Otherwise they're just going to slog it out to the last man standing, and I didn't really want this battle to take up too much time. They don't really have any good units, obviously. Just have some Levy Scythian spearmen, and I mean their cav's pretty much taken out at this moment in the battle. We're gonna go ahead and get our hoplites to start engaging them more actively, since they looks like they broke a little hole in between those 2 barriers that we're setting up. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Man, guys, I mean, I've never gotten COVID. You know, this whole time it's been out, and I thought I was lucky. I got the vaccines, everything like that. You know, then this whole Omicron variant comes out and just absolutely messes me up. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting pretty sick of this whole COVID stuff. It looks like we won the battle pretty easily. Alright, well, we took out that slave rebellion. It's pretty much finished. And we're just going to go ahead and enslave them. Yep, we enslaved them, put them back into slavery. And, yeah. Could you imagine just rebelling against slavery and then losing a battle and then just getting thrown right back into slavery? That would suck. And we went ahead and just believe we were going to auto-resolve this. Or we're going to build more. Yeah, we built more equipment just to lower our chances of casualties. And we went and we sabotaged the supplies of that army so they couldn't come back and reinforce that city. We went and got another cav unit there at Frauda just because Sagittaria is getting pretty jumpy. And they keep just pumping out armies, man. I mean, we went and took out this rebellion, but I mean they just keep pumping out armies. Like, you know, you defeat 2 full stacks and they already got another 2 built. You know, at least in DEI, I mean, what I liked a little bit more about it is the fact that, you know, depending how big the faction was, is usually how big the faction was and how big their economic power was. You know, kind of depended on how many factions or how many armies that they could make. You know, and in this one, it's kind of like, you know, like I said earlier, you have super big, like full stacks, like 4 or 5 full stacks for like a faction like Sagittaria, for instance, that only has 1 town, and it makes the name difficult. I would say it makes it a little bit more difficult because I mean you have to, you know, contend with these small factions that are actually, you know, a pretty big challenge in their own right. And then I don't even want to know what the Seleucids are going to be like. I bet they have just full stack after full stack after full stack of pretty good troops, or at least I hope so, because I would really like a challenge, because these eastern armies are just super easy. So we took that, you know, newly formed army over there at Hectopause, and we decided to do a little punitive expedition on Raga here, and we went ahead and raised it, and I meant to sack it. I did not mean to raise it, so that was my bad. So I guess we ended up just expanding. So our general had another skill, so we obviously gave him some military conscriptor or something. I can't really read those, apologize guys. Then, you know, we went and tried to get some mercenaries, and then we can finally see how Parthava is getting these mercenary Gallic infantry and stuff. So we went ahead, you know, like, you know what, let's make a pretty, like, different army. You know, I always like the unit variety. I'm a sucker for unit variety. So we went and got, you know, some 2 noble cav units, some Galatian or some Gallic or Osworn, and then we got 2 naked swordsmen, I believe. So that's a pretty interesting army. You know, you got Parthian cataphracts fighting side by side by Gallic heavy noble cav, and you got some you know, Persian hoplites and Greek hoplites fighting with, you know, some Gallic Osworn and naked swordsmen. I like it. I know this sounds like a deadly combination to me. So we went ahead and recruited another general in Alexandria Aracosia, because we really just like didn't know what Sagittaria was gonna do, because we don't have a big enough force to go out and fight them in the field, obviously. So I mean, we're just gonna have to hunker down in our cities like we always have and hold the borders. So we ended up just, you know, moving them, you know, back into Alexandria Aracosia and trying to recruit some more armies there. So we went ahead and auto-resolved this battle here. And it was a close victory. We took some pretty decent casualties. I mean, we lost infantry in it and 4 cav units, but our Shah's army came out, you know, fully intact, didn't lose any units, so that's pretty decent. We got some more mercenary units here. Kind of try to
I serve Parthian.
restore those cav that we lost. And we went ahead and what are we gonna recruit here?
A noble cause requires no
Yeah, we're gonna recruit some Persian cavalry. Oh, actually, maybe I did lose some cav units. My bad, guys. Like I said, I can't really see the full screen. It looks like Dragon has to get another army over there, and I believe it's Harmosia. So that kind of sucks. Go ahead and I think we're gonna tear this down. We're gonna tear that building down, and we're gonna try to get some infantry camps going in here so we can recruit some more guys into our infantry force. And then you know, kind of just hunker down, try to replenish. Put obviously Tiridates in a fortified stance because they try something. We have a better chance of defending that. When recruit some mercenaries up here in Alexandria Arcosia, just a couple to kind of boost up the garrison like we always do.
awaiting Parthian, my lord.
And yep, here at Frada, we're just gonna like hold Frada, and we're just gonna keep our men there. Might as well expand our public order, and Parthia is good. We really don't need to keep that army there, so we might as well just expand just a little bit further. And it looks like what do we have going on here? Oh yeah, we got edict to give out, so we bring games to kind of help stabilize that province a little bit. And we're just looking around, seeing our public order issues. We have very high slave populations because we have taken a lot of slaves. Apologies, guys. I believe we're having some public order issues because our slave populace is just so high. And we went ahead and ended the turn. I apologize for, obviously you can tell there's some desync issues. I'm going to try to get that fixed. I mean, I haven't really noticed it that often in my videos. I mean, maybe you guys have. I mean, if you have, just please let me know. It's something between, NVIDIA Shadowplay and Adobe Premiere Pro. It's fine. The recording from NVIDIA GeForce is fine, but oh, it looks like we were attacked here. But anyways, what I was saying, if you look at the recording after NVIDIA Shadowplay, it has no sync issues at all. But then once you put it into Adobe Premiere Pro, we have automatically this desync issues after I click buttons and stuff. But anyways, hopefully I get that fixed. My apologies. It looks like we're gonna end up fighting this battle here because we really got no choice. I mean, if we do, our invasion force is gonna be absolutely crippled. Because obviously, look, I mean, we only have like 4 infantry units that we can actually use. Some 3 horse archers and 2 Parthian heavy foot archers. So it's gonna be a pretty tense battle. I remember I was getting ready to play this. I'm like, dang, I'm facing 2 full stacks and I have no infantry to hold the walls, nothing. And I was a little worried. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little concerned for our invasion force here and our Shah especially. So we went and took those hoplites, those 2 hoplites that were the least depleted, and we put them right behind the gate there. And we took our 2 Parthian swordsman units, and we had no choice but to put them on the walls to kind of help counter those ladders. Then we took the rest of these hoplites and we moved them in here behind the gates. And then we took 2 more hoplites and moved them in as well. Moved our heavy foot archers onto the wall, put them on flaming shot. When we went down here, we moved our cataphracts over here into the town square because we didn't want to lose them. Moved our Parthian Hellenic Thuriopii or whatever 3-0 spear or 3-0 swords over to kind of help reinforce the walls if they absolutely needed to. And we moved our horse archers over here, obviously to this other gate. We're going to try to sally them out. We do have Tiradades coming in as a reinforcement army. Hopefully they can be of some use. We're going to go ahead and shoot some of these ballistae shots here. Man, there's a huge ding problem right now. I do apologize. I think with the voiceover, honestly, it makes it worse, personally. Alright, so we went ahead and switched our ballistae to flaming shot. Try to get some more shots off on these ladders. Which I think this is something they need to fix, because these ladders are like indestructible when it comes to ballista. Like, I shot direct shots on these things like 5 times, which obviously should have destroyed them and set them on fire, but it didn't work. Like, it caused like no damage, so that kind of sucked. That was really irritating. Like, look at that. Like, I'm just landing shot after shot after shot after shot.